Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Britianna, and today's video is going to be how I dye or color and style this beautiful blue mermaid inspired hair. I mean, it's summertime, we outside, it's hot outside, so why not experiment with some color? You know, throw a little razzle dazzle in these hot summer months, right? So if you are interested in seeing how I achieve this color and this style, keep on watching. Alright, so I'm going to start off showing y'all the wig with the roots already dyed. If you want to see how I do this step by step, I'm going to put my previous video in the cards showing you the exact products I used and the technique that I used. I literally did the same exact thing with the same products, so go ahead and check that out. So first we just got to get all of that hair dye out and make sure the wig is nice and clean for our next step. And our next step is going to be to go ahead and tone the wig and tone the roots so we can have a nice neutral foundation for our color. So I'm going to use my Shimmer Lights shampoo with the hottest temperature that my faucet could get for the water, and I'm just dipping the wig in there to make sure I cover up all the strands and to get the dark roots. And I literally let that sit in the bowl for like 5 minutes, not too long, because I didn't want the hair to turn purple. And after we let that sit, we go ahead and rinse the wig out. Yeah, we just rinse it all out. All right, so the next step is going to be me blow drying the hair. I typically don't blow dry 613 hair while it's sopping wet, but for this case, I wanted this hair to be extra dry, extra thirsty, so it can soak up every little bit, every little ounce, inch of color. So this hair blow dried very well and behaved very well, better than all of 613 hair I've honestly had so far. And I actually had lost the footage of the initial unboxing, so I did want to go ahead and show you guys how the wig was constructed and how it was packaged. You got a wig cap, you got instructions and a tag with the specs for the wig, and the wig itself came with a stretchy cap, very neat stitching. You had 3 combs, 2 on the sides, 1 in the back, an adjustable strap, and very good construction. This is a 4x4 closure wig, so you only get the lace in the front, 4x4, with the tracks in the back. And I did do a close-up so you can see how they did their due diligence to wrap the tracks around the cap in the front so that when the wind blows, you see nothing but hair, no cap. No pun intended. And there's a close-up of the closure. Don't mind me accidentally dyeing my knots. And yeah, that's me showing the hair blow dry, and it's just so shiny and lustrous and ready to be dyed. All right, so we're about to go in and prep for our color. Again, I just put my faucet to the hottest setting that it can and filled up my old trusty hair dye bowl. And today's color is going to be Jade, number 195 from Adore. This is not a 2 full bottles. I only had half of one of the bottles, but I did use all of the color. So I used a bottle and a half worth of color. So you're going to see me squirt the color in the bowl, mix it up, and I mix it up very well. We do not want to leave any chunks or clumps in the water because that will make a patchy hair job, and we don't want that. No ma'am, no ham. All right, so it's time to dip. So I started with the ends because I wanted it to have kind of like an ombre effect. So I dipped the ends, let the ends sit for a little bit before I continue to dip, and you'll see what I did. And this is actually one step that I forgot to do. Y'all don't forget to do it. Spray your lace with hairspray. Use a blow dryer to dry the hairspray. I did not do that. Do as I say, not as I do. I did not tint my lace, but we don't want to risk that. I kind of just barely dip the top of the wig in the water to prevent this. But if you're a beginner trying this out, spray the hairspray, blow with the blow dryer, make sure it's dry. Matter of fact, do another layer and repeat before dipping. And make sure it's completely dry before dipping. So yeah, so we're at the top now and doing a dippity dip, making sure that all the strands are covered. And you'll see me pull the wig out, separate the strands, see where it could be possibly a patchy color drop, and make sure we get that hair deep down in that watercolor. And you see me doing that right there. And we just keep on dipping and make sure we get that saturation. And so once we're done, I let that sit for a good 10 to 15 minutes so that all the hairs could absorb all the color. And as you can see, after about the 10 to 15 minutes, the water is almost clear at this point. That wig soaked up every bit of color and it came out beautiful. I am so impressed. I love the color. I got my little ombre, my little dimension that I was looking for. All right, so then we just rinse the wig out. Rinse it out very thoroughly to make sure that we don't leave any color behind so your wig won't bleed. But honestly, to tell you the truth, this wig soaked up all the color. I didn't get any bleeding. So, but that's still just something to look out for. Just make sure you thoroughly rinse out your wig so you won't have color on your clothes. Just get in your pillowcase. That's not cute. We don't want that. So now that we've put the wig through the ringer, it's time to do a really good condition. I use the Carol Daughters Cocoa Cream Conditioner. It's very thick, it's very nourishing. I detangled the wig after I applied my conditioner and I let that sit for a good 20 minutes so the hair can be nice and moisturized and ready to be styled. All right, now after we got our little deep conditioning, we're rinsing the hair out and everything is starting to come together. And at this point, I'm excited. Look at that. And this hair took very well to the blow drying, the dye, everything. At this point, this hair is feeling like butter. It's feeling like a satin bonnet. It's so smooth. And that's our final color. So next I'm going to start plucking the hairline. It's very thick, it's giving very much wig, and we want to get very much hairline. So as you can see, I'm being very careful with my tweezers, detangling the loose strands that I plucked out as I go along, and I just show you a comparison of the non-plucked side and the plucked side. And I do make sure that I don't pluck too much so that my closure won't bald. And there's the finished product of me plucking my hairline and my middle part. So now I just wanted to give y'all a final look of the hair molded down, the hairline and the part plucked, and we're gonna get ready to let the hair air dry so we can eventually style it. So this is the next day. The hair is about 90% dry, and that's how I like to blow dry my hair. I typically don't like to blow dry it soaking wet. So I feel like it helps with the integrity of the hair. It keeps the hair shiny, and when you style it, it makes a whole difference. Like you'll definitely see when we get ready to style it. So at this point, I do have my blow dryer on high and on hot, and I'm just doing the chase method until I get the hair 100% dry. And there's the hair 100% dry. So now it's time to put some crimps in this hair, honey. So I have my heat protectant. This is the IC Fantasia heat protectant, and this is like a oil based heat protectant, and I love it because it just gives that hair that extra shine and luster without it being like stiff and weighed down. Like it's so perfect. I love this heat protectant. So I'm just make sure that's evenly distributed. Go ahead and brush that out with my Denman brush. So All the hairs are protected. We can get ready to style. So this is my Chi 2-in-1 hot tool. I got this from Sally's. I think it was like 130, and it comes with a curling wand and a crimp iron. So we are going to be using the crimp iron today. And to make sure that the crimps stay in place, we are going to use the generic version of the Sebastian Shaper Plus hairspray. This is the same exact product for half the price. And I do start off my temperature at 415, but baby, let me tell you, don't put your hot tool that high. My hair actually started changing colors because of the heat. And I mean, it was cute. It turned into a cute color, but I ain't really like that. I wanted the color I dyed my hair. So I put the temperature down to 350. So no, 350, not 415. And you can kind of see right there. It was turned into like this weird green color, and then some parts were like purple. It was so weird, but that happened just on the bottom. So I was like, okay, cool. Nobody's gonna see that part. But yeah, don't put your heating tool up that high. So I'm just gonna continue crimping the hair, going down each section until I get to the top. And there's our final crimps. Oh my gosh, so cute. It was literally everything I imagined. This hair literally looks like beach waves, mermaid, Ariel who? Ariel who? Because we got beach waves, baby, for the summertime. I love this color. I love this hair. I love how the crimps came out. Everything was giving what it was supposed to give. Money was not wasted. Money was not lost. Definitely worth the moolah. So yeah, I'm just giving y'all a full view. I'm not sure if I mentioned, but this is 26 inches, and this wig was only $180. So worth it. So it's time to apply. So take a foundation that matches you and go ahead and dab that on the cap, around the closure area, and then make sure you take some alcohol and a cotton pad and clean off that hairline where your closure is going to be laid. And there I'm just showing y'all. And then I'm using my Boho Liquid Gold from the Hair Diagram. Love this stuff. It's like the difference between like Got to Be gel and regular lace glue. It's water soluble, so when you're ready to take your wig off, you literally just wet your hairline, wait about 10 seconds, and it comes right off. Doesn't take your edges with you, doesn't irritate your skin. It just laid the wig for the duration that you wanted it to be laid. So yeah, I'm just applying that and then smearing it over the edge of the cap. And you want to make sure you apply an inch of this liquid gold. Then I'm going to go ahead with my hair dryer on warm and high for about 10 seconds. And then I'm going to lay my lace directly on top of the adhesive, I guess you could call it, or glue. And you see me just wiggling my way down, and then I'm taking my finger and pressing it into the lace. Then I'm going to go back in with my dryer on warm again, and then blow dry for another like 10 seconds or so. Pressing it in, making sure everything is good and melted. You could at this point go in with your elastic band around the hairline to do further melting, but I didn't need it to be melted because, to tell you the truth, it wasn't going anywhere, for video purposes only. So yeah, I cleaned up the rest of the adhesive with the alcohol and the cotton pad and touched up my makeup. And there we are. And there's our final look. I am so impressed with this hair. This lace was so good. Looked like it's coming out of my scalp. I basically was born a mermaid at this point. And the hair is so flowy. It's not weighed down. The ends were not dusty and crusty. I didn't even have to trim the ends of this hair. Everything is nice and flowy. The density was very thick. I'm just overall impressed. So you ladies, let me know if you're going to try this style out as well. And if you have any suggestions for any other colors you would like for me to try. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on those post notifications. I love y'all so much. Bye. Real bad best friend. That my best friend.